Hey guys. I'm Alyse.
And I'm John.
And together we are part of the Heart of Austin Homes team. And apparently we're doing a blue theme.
It's
today.
The ocean theme today. I'm going to get my blue shirt on, and I didn't know what color you're going on.
I was like, I haven't worn my teal dress for a while.
So this is what happens when you don't communicate, everyone.
Then you end up being the ocean.
You end up being the
We're
ocean
like
on
the
your
ocean.
screen. You just need like some fishes or a barnacle or something.
I'll put the barnacles somewhere. It'll work out. I'll order those online.
Okay.
In the meantime, guess what we're talking about today?
We're going to do the Austin Hot or Not. Now, this is weird because we almost just did one, right?
Yeah,
like
yesterday.
A couple weeks ago. But you know what? The month clicked over, so now we've got the stats.
We do. And I would like to point out that the normal time what we would have done it was during the snowpocalypse.
That's true.
So,
if you just had a house, that's all you really needed during the
I know, at
snowpocalypse.
least you have a house.
Right. You not have heat or water.
But
you had a roof.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, John, let's talk about the Austin stats.
Okay, Austin stats, because that's what we always talk about.
We always talk about that. So we usually kick it off by talking about how many homes are available, how many homes have gone under contract that month, and then finishing off with what the median home price is.
Which is kind of a foregone conclusion, but we'll get there.
Yeah. So let's see. The active homes in Austin right now are at 442.
Less than 500. Actually, I think that's up, isn't it?
Well, it's up a little bit, but that is including some things that we wouldn't usually include, like townhomes and things like that. So at this point, we're including a little bit more into it. If you look at purely single family homes with an Austin address, we're down to 275.
Wow.
But that's up from 250.
Okay, well.
In a market that would, if it had its own say, would sell like 1,500 to 2,000 homes a month.
Direction matters, and there's growth. We'll go in that direction.
Yeah, as long as we're headed in that direction.
We made the turn.
Yes.
We made the turn.
Please don't turn back down.
Yeah. And didn't lose traction, so we're still on the road, so that's great.
And then how does that go? Let's look at how it compares to last year. Okay. So last year, that was 63.5% higher.
Yeah.
So it's down 63.5% since February of 2020.
Yes, I can't figure out between 20 and 21 for whatever reason. That's a hard leap in my head.
Yeah, one of those things where it's just hard to get your
17 and 18, no problem. 2021, for whatever reason, can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
They both start with the 20.
That's it. There's so many 20s in there. That's what it is.
And then
last month,
compared to last month, we were down 6.9%. So we were at
7%.
475 available, and we are now down to 442. And that was, I would like to point out, as of 5 days ago. So 5 days actually makes a difference in the current market.
So earlier when you said the inventory is going up a little bit, you're talking about single family, not total homes.
Yeah, I'm talking about single family, and I'm talking about single family this week.
Okay.
So this is actually kind of what's happened. That's what's happened since this stat was pulled. Okay. Because what we do is we when we do our March one, it's for everything that happened in February and what the active available homes were as of the end of February.
Right.
So it's been a couple days, but not much.
Okay. Still, so the single family is turning around, but homes overall, which would mean that more condos are getting chewed up or
Definitely.
sold. Okay.
Definitely. And number of things that went under contract, 585.
Wow.
So still more than are available.
That are for sale. So you're getting some float in there, the ones that are closing inside the same month. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, if it's going on in the market, it's selling right away.
Yeah, and that is down 29.5% since last year. So even though we're down 63.5% in available inventory, we're only down 29.4% in things that are selling.
So we're still consuming inventory.
We're still consuming inventory faster than we're...
last month I said, I can't wait to do the next one because I want to see if the numbers are turning at all. So maybe that we're bottoming out.
I really do think February, because something changed in early January, right? And all of those things that went under contract, everything took a huge price jump to February. So this is us seeing everything come out in February from that crazy change, right? And now all the prices are a fair amount higher than they were just January to February. Man, there's a huge difference.
Well, also that big bump, I think, is going to make more sellers come out too.
Yeah.
At least I'm hoping.
Yeah, exactly. And it does mean that a lot of buyers that were planning on buying at a certain price point aren't viable, at least not where they wanted to buy at the new price points. Because if everything took a 15 to 20% jump in 1 month, it's hard for people's
Like that's your down
income
payment,
and down
right?
payment to keep up with that. And so it's super painful when you're trying to get someone in who's been like saving to buy their first house.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's an adventure every day right now in real estate. Yeah. And that's down 15.8, number of sales, it's down 15.8%.
Month over month.
Month over month from January to February.
Wow.
But if you have 63.5% less inventory from last year and
sense.
7% less inventory from last month.
But your sales only dropped 16%.
Yeah.
Right? Like that still means you're selling a lot through. So.
Yeah, totally. And what do you think that does to the price, John?
Well, same thing it always does.
Pinky.
Yeah, it always goes up. But, I mean, it would be great to see it go down 1 month. And like last month,
you know
we
what?
had like actually a little dip.
Yeah.
In South Austin, but I think that's because the houses were smaller.
Yeah.
But in general, prices are going up.
Yeah.
So what do we got year over year? Look at that. Well, first of all, let's start with what's the price, the median price now in
The median
Austin?
home price in Austin is $560,000 right now.
That was in the 400s a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's because it's risen 33%.
30
in the last year.
Percent in the last year on the median home price. And just in the last month, from January to February, 8.9%.
Wow, 9% a month. Now that's, I mean, every month I'm still surprised.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's kind of obscene.
Yeah, I mean, normally like 2 or 3 points would be aggressive, but now 8 or 9, like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, again, everyone's always saying like, well, this can't last forever, right?
It can't.
When will it crash, right?
Well, the thing is the choices aren't, that's a false dichotomy, right? It's not, this can't last forever and there will be a crash. There's too much upcoming demand with all of these companies coming in. The newest one is, not only is Tesla building a factory here, but now SpaceX is also building a factory here. So there's even more jobs coming in. So demand isn't necessarily going to go down, but what we are seeing is that because the prices are taking such a jump, that there are honestly less people who are able to buy, which is super painful.
No, that in theory it should squish demand a little, but I imagine a lot of the buyers are coming in from out of state. They're coming from other areas that are more expensive, and that even at these prices still look like a deal compared to wherever they're coming from. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a bit sad because a lot of people are having to drop off. Like, I think we'll see a lot less cases of 60 to 90 offers, and much more in the like happy 10 to 30 range. Right. I mean, like our team alone has won 3 contracts this week, which, I mean, for writing something like 12 offers or something like that, which that doesn't sound like a very good ratio, but that's down from, I mean, the average buyer was having to write 15 contracts to be able to get under contract for the last couple months. So so now it's down to a happy little write 2 or 3 and win one.
Well, I mean, the upside of this is that when housing prices go up, wages also tend to go up. So if you're going to live in the city, wages
need to adjust.
Have to go up.
Wages need to adjust.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll just be competitive, right? If you are trying to get workers coming to work for you, even if they're in Austin, doesn't matter if you're doing remote work, like in order to afford to work here, like you're going to have to pay more if someone is living in Austin. Or 100%. We'll just see people moving out of Austin to other smaller submarkets where they're doing the cheap thing. And maybe cheap's not the right word, but like, hey, look, if I can do it remotely, like I'll sell my expensive house in Austin, I'll go somewhere else that's less expensive, and that may create some more inventory. But we will see. So far, not enough. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, I think we're at this weird adjustment period to the new higher prices. Is it going to continue to go up? I mean, it doesn't really have a choice.
I mean, it can't go much further because, and like I mentioned this last time, I think, if our median price is $560, that is, about, well, in the 400s, it was about 6.3 years of total income. Yeah. And so if the median price gets to be 600, which is not very far away from 560, then the income to housing price ratio starts to equal Seattle. Yeah. Right. And then now
or San Francisco or New York.
San Francisco's 11. Yeah. Right. Okay. And New York is 10. Seattle is 8.
Here's my qualm with that.
And so we would be at 8 if we got to 600.
Is that with all of these companies already committed to move here, all of these jobs are coming in. Yeah. Right. Our economy is going to have to grow and grow fast. Like income, prices for everything. All of these things are going to have to grow. So, as much as it it definitely sucks for a portion of our population. I don't know that we're going to be able to be like, oh, we've reached the same as Seattle, so they're going to choose another city. Like, no, they've already invested in moving into Austin.
True, but that still represents, that's the edge of growth. That's like the 10 or 15% that the city's growing every year with those new jobs.
Yeah.
But still, everyone who lives here has a job that's not related to what's coming in.
For sure.
They may decide, hey, it's time for me to get out.
Well, a lot of those jobs will be tied to things that the people moving in will then be purchasing at a higher price to be able to. So hopefully all of that spreads out properly. We'll see.
Well, the other thing that happens with this is, like, as the prices go up, builders now start increasing their prices, right? So even though their cost basis is the same,
which has been really painful in and of itself,
right? Even though their cost basis is the same, they're like, well, I can make more profit, so I can charge more, so I'm going to make more, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So they do that, but then now that starts pushing up the ground prices, which means, like, hey, if you're going to buy more ground to sell more, like, hey, well, then the landowner's going to be like, well, hey, housing prices are higher. I'm going to sell my land for more. So there's no incentive for prices to go back down because you can't make more land. It's harder for them to get cheaper unless people start selling a lot of homes and people are selling more than they're buying.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And it's been painful lately when you can't even get people in. Usually a new build contract is the good old backup. Like, there's always going to be new builds available. And right now those are going for auctions and bidding up, and they're in the mess with the rest of us. So an adventure every day. But on the other hand, we're still predicted to have another 24 to 30% growth for the next year. So as painful as it is to get in and buy in this market, it may still be intelligent.
You know, I always thought that real estate was way less exciting than stocks because it's just so much slower, right? It takes like 30 days to buy a property, you know, at its fastest, maybe 20 if you do cash, 15. And stocks you get in and out of like in a second. But, you know, real estate's getting too exciting for my tastes. It's moving too fast.
I would not mind this market slowing down a little bit.
Slow down.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a hot second.
Got into this for the illiquidity.
This is an important asset. Like, people need 10 seconds to think about it instead of 2. So,
all right, do we want to compare it to South Austin?
Let's talk about South Austin.
Okay,
so when we talk about South Austin, we're talking about 78749, 78745, 78748, and 78739.
Yep, so that's south of 71.
So like central, south, and southwest.
West of 35.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Just because we like it.
Yeah, and we technically
and we live there.
We work all over the place in Austin. We love Austin, but we live down here in the South.
Okay. Active listings.
4 zip codes.
4 zip codes is 57.
57 available.
That's like
homes,
10 or 12 per zip code.
which is none. So usually when someone says, 14. "Oh, we're offering on something down south," we're like, "Which one? The one on Edwardson or the one on?"
Like we literally know them all. Right? There's only 57 of them.
Someone on the team showed it.
So that's down 60% year over year.
Yeah, 59.0%.
Oh, but only down not quite 2% month over month. So about the same as last month.
I'm telling you, I think that there's a new leveling that's happening. We took this huge spike. And it's not like it's going to go down anytime soon, but there's a new leveling that's happening. Yeah,
but hopefully, more buyers should fall out of the market simply out of affordability. And then we might see, hopefully next month, I'd love to see if the numbers actually go up.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. It's spring. Come on, numbers go up in the spring.
Theoretically. I do, my heart feels for the buyers having to fall out, though. Really feels for the buyers having to fall out.
Yeah.
So, sales-wise.
Sales, 113, even though
double.
there's 57 active.
Double. Almost exactly double.
Yep.
And that is down 36.9% from last year and 4.24% since last month.
So just less to buy.
There's just way less to buy, so there's less.
I'm sorry if these videos sound repetitive.
I know. I feel like we're broken records. We're like, this market is crazy.
One day it's going to change and we can talk about increasing inventory.
Or like a balanced market. I don't know. That sounds so cool.
Is that
can we talk about that? That sounds cool.
Buyer's market? I can't imagine.
Just pretend.
Austin.
After we do the real video, we'll go back and do the video how we want it to be. We're like, oh, it's so balanced. Everybody who wants a house is getting housed. Sellers are getting a nice, happy return. Yep. It's going to be great. Yeah.
So much for the age of normal. We'll see that for a while. Okay.
Median close price right now for South Austin is $503,000.
It's catching up.
How is that compared? Yeah, I know. South Austin usually is a little bit behind in the prices. Central is obviously even more expensive. But how does that compare year over year? Up 32.4%.
Wow. Oh, this is the worst part too. Is month over month, that's up 16%.
Yeah.
So half of that gain.
Did I mention that all of the prices took a huge jump between January and February. Basically, something happened about the second week of January where it went from, oh, you're going to get 5 to 15 offers on a house to you're going to get 10 to 90 offers on a house with, 20 to 40 being pretty normal.
Yeah, and the winning offers right now, a lot of them are 25 to 30% over.
Yeah.
Asking.
And again, it's not like it's going to take a dip down anytime soon, but I would just hope that we have some more gradual growth. Yeah. More gradual growth.
Well, we're not there yet. We can't make up stuff. This is the reality.
Yep.
But hopefully we'll get back to that really soon. We'll let you know.
Definitely. So yeah, there you go. That's what happened in February.
Them's the stats for February.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
If Brought you a little earlier in the month than normal. No snowpocalypse so far.
Go us. If you have any questions about real estate things, particularly in Austin, we would love to help out. Pass us a line. We do the things all over Austin. John is a fantastic investor specialist, and we help with buying and selling, all that jazz. Let us know.
And also let us know which color of blue you prefer.
My color, obviously. My color. No, it's me. This reminds me of the thing at the end of Sleeping Beauty where they're like keep changing the girl's dress.
Oh, that's right. Like pink, blue. Pink,
like teal.
Blue. Teal, blue, teal, blue. Okay, we're out.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.